We're gonna be talking about death this time. It is episode 20 of Max Stats, and we touch subjects like positivity awareness, how to drink water, and how to use water in general. Loneliness, something that is plaguing us right now, and we actually gonna dive into capitalism deeper because yet again we need to know the rules of the game. Because if we don't know the fucking rules, we can die. So the story of capitalism, to recap the cap in a very interesting way, capitalism happened, right? And people are technically supposed to be buying better and better things, earning more and more money. They should be on self-improvement path, but capitalism as we know it died. It's not the same thing anymore. What we have is dead capitalism. Is a scam capitalism. Instead of giving us good products and giving us useful products as well and keep improving the quality and uh, durability of the products, the opposite is happening. Capitalism has died. It's not offering you anything but scams. One of the biggest scams, too, in fact, minimum wage and subscription. I wanted to talk about subscriptions as a separate thing, but it's already been talked about. It's so blatant. Both of these have been talked about. Minimum wage and subscriptions have been talked about by two different people. Peter Schiff talks about minimum wage and explains everything you need to know of how all the problems have risen because of this. Because people are greedy. People are greedy and businesses are greedy, so they established subscription models, basically, to leech money from us unsuspecting people, basically. It is crazy what's happening right now. There's so much death and destruction in terms of where the money goes. I can't believe this shit. It's on both sides, yeah. Minimum wage and subscription models, and you name whatever kind of scam you want. Trying to sell promises, trying to enslave people. Whatever you can think of is happening right now. Capitalism has devolved and started dying, and it will have to be buried and forgotten, pretty much, as no longer a relevant way of life. If you're still attached to capitalism and you don't understand what's actually happening right now, I mean, what the fuck, right? You're probably gonna die with this monstrosity. You're gonna be grabbed into this, sucked into this, and I don't know how to save you, bro. If you're that stupid and you still think capitalism is completely fine, and you haven't seen how it slowly turned into a disaster right now, and everyone is frustrated, everyone is complaining about the same thing, ending up in this like fucking Luigi moment. What if we kill a billionaire? Oh, that makes us feel better. Hmm. Makes us feel powerful. Someone had to do it. Humanity can't sleep at night without doing something like this when there's wars going on, and now this whole apocalypse, started to truly show the death of capitalism in full spectrum. Capitalism dies. What do we do next? Don't ask me. Digital currency. Uh, Everyone has power to do whatever the fuck they want to do, but so they gotta be careful with that shit. Fucking flying cars, you name it, and some of it is like free as long as you don't have anything. Who knows, man? Who knows what the rule's gonna be? But we will have to start somewhere and start very soon. In like 3 years, we're gonna have to start picking up this new way of life. And the way of life that I was living, it was like privacy life. of like my parents have this private life, you know, and I'm stuck in that fucking private box. I'm stuck in their. They are dying, and they're trying to fucking drag me into their fucking place because everyone else is also dying around me in their own private little fucking cubes. You know, everyone is dying, and it's like, what the fuck is are you kidding me? That's life? That's your life? But I can have money in this box. I can have as much money. I can put all this money, all these valuables that I collect out of life. I have a shelter, and no one can take that away from me. And it's like, wow. For that, we sacrificed a lot. For just to have privacy, we sacrificed a lot. This capitalism thing, I never got to experience any good parts of it because I was too young when it was decent, and I am today's years old now that I see the death of capitalism unfold, and I'm like, wow, I'm traumatized, guys. What am I living through right now? What kind of nightmare? Maybe millennium generation is one of the toughest people you will ever meet. Because we're all so separate and we're fighting each other and there's drama everywhere and it's like impossible to get a girlfriend, basically. Impossible to get a date. You just give up on life because you're stuck in a fucking cube. And for me, it was fucking 5 times worse, if anything. Right? Now, the moment I have some kind of momentum of my self-esteem, no friends. There's no friends. And it's like, what the fuck? I'm still stuck in a fucking box. There's nothing I can roll to push forward, right? I need, like, object to push to be able to move myself at the same time. I need to work, you know, but there's nothing to push. If there's a stone, I can push it, you know? If there's another person I can push that, improve their life, maybe they'd be grateful for that. Nope. I cannot spend my self-esteem still stuck in a fucking box waiting for something. This is how crazy it is. This is how death is everywhere, and it can actually consume you if you're not careful enough. And this death, I'm trying to describe it, because this is a very complicated one. Even though people are frustrated across the fucking spectrum in the world, like, everyone is recognizing apocalypse without saying the name out loud. Inflation, war, pandemic, lawlessness, fucking lawlessness, bro. In Europe, the most frustrating thing. I have to sit through additional drama, not just noise. Now I'm just worrying of like, wow, people are getting robbed left and right. Their money is being taken away. Now the capitalism is dying so much that it wants to take all the money with it while it's dying. And it's like, no, we still need money, bro. That part didn't fucking change. Money is supposed to, like, help us survive and all that shit. Like, are you kidding me? You still trying to take that from us? You still trying to funnel money to the very top? What's going on, right? What is happening? Death and destruction, my friends. But it's so crazy to live through something like this, where someone is still benefiting from this. Top? Bottom? No one knows. Someone ends up happier, right? No one knows. No one can verify anymore. Everything is death. So the only thing you can do in the face of death is, you know, enjoy it while it lasts, I guess. Laugh at it. It's not gonna last forever, you know? It's gonna be the most ridiculous time on this earth. The most ridiculous shit, and you just laugh it off. It's like, yeah, I know. That person died? Ah, yeah. Yeah, I know that. I know it happens. It happens. You must not take it to your heart too deep. It's like, you must understand the bullshit that we're dealing with right now. Those two big ass spectrums, most importantly. Just protect your human rights. Of like, neither minimum wage is good, it's greed. that poor people projected onto the government, and the government is like, okay, I will enforce minimum wage, and it's the most destructive shit ever. And then you have subscriptions, where they're subscribing through obsolescence, planned obsolescence of items. If items are made out of cheaper things and they break out, uh, like I've seen now cars made out of plastic, bro, and that they actually break down much faster. Like planned obsolescence is getting out of control too. It's turning into a subscription model everywhere without trying to sneak in that subscription, but that way of leeching people. It's so disgusting. Rent is a subscription model. Like it's unbelievable. What is that shit, man? Subscription and minimum wage, boys. We got fucked, bro. We got fucked. This is how capitalism dies, but we get to see it. You know, what actually kills the damn thing. Greed. How greed looks like. And we must no longer associate with this thing anymore. We know there's something gonna be better afterwards, and we're gonna laugh at everyone. Every single person who comes across as they still trying to attach themselves to this dying system. They're still trying to invest into a dying system. No fucking way would you spend your time trying to do this when you have to be learning AI or something more like it, right? There's a new wave of things to do, things to perform and explore and empower yourself with, and look forward into the future of things that you will be able to do instead of being attached to a fucking system that is dying, that I have break down, okay, better than anyone else. All right, try and find someone else who sees capitalism dying this bad, this this clearly, bro. Death. Avoid death. When something is dying, you probably don't want to associate with that thing anymore. You want to move on. All right. So now we're gonna try and make some kind of exercises to analyze what is going on, how people would attach themselves to capitalism right now, right? Would they start investing money and hoping and dreaming for something? Because you still have to have cash. You still have to be like the generic capitalism. The baseline capitalism is the most obvious thing that cannot possibly die. That like, well, money is money, right? Everyone appreciates it for the number that it is. So try to still save money and not lose anything, and don't risk it anymore. It's over, okay? Let other people play this fucking game of shitnomaly, shitnopoly, bro, where they lose all the money. Everyone is losing all the money, and billionaires are dying. You know, that's the game. Everyone loses their money to a billionaire, and that billionaire dies. And then it's like, what happened now? No one knows what happened. You know, no one knows how to access that bank account anymore. Let me tell you that much. And the government takes 50% taxes on that. And then they don't know how to fucking spread that money around. Money disappears, basically. I swear. It's not going to trickle down. It's not going to do anything. It just disappears. Never to be seen again. The money will be taken away from you, leached by the system, and will disappear. Disappear! Whether it's by funding some kind of war, whether it's by creating a bubble ecosystem that does not want to participate in the rest of the fucking world. It just rots in a bank account somewhere. Money can just die, disappear, no longer be in circulation. And that just keeps on happening as well. But that's a more complicated thing going on. Another complicated thing. So yeah, and just caring about money too much. But that overall is the most dangerous thing. Caring about money, being a gold digger right now. I mean, it's the most laughable and the most outrageous thing you can do. Gold digger, like if I see a gold digger, I mean, you're dead to me. If you, we should ask people in a, what's their past life like? You know, what did they do during the capitalism, during the apocalypse, during these 8 years? How did they survive? I think we would actually ask people constantly, how how do they do these 8 last years? And have I talked about I'm stuck in a fucking box for my whole life, by the way? How nobody fucking cares? Buy bigger and better things. Technically, we wait for technology to get better and we buy it, but even that has kind of died. Like, what else are we gonna buy in terms of technology? Not much. The only thing we can now buy is isolation, away from all these fucking idiots, man. But that shit's expensive. Because they play that game really hard right now. They don't want you to isolate yourself. They don't want you to go off the grid and all that smart people stuff. It's too complicated, right? The grid is created for a specific reason to accommodate millions of people, and you're one of those millions of people. You can't escape the grid. It's not that fucking easy. So I would say that's another thing that would try and kill you. So yeah, I have a lot of frustrations. There's no problems being solved. I can't trust anyone and all that shit, right? I don't know about silence. We'll get to that. Money just disappears. Caring about money too much and pretending that that's the way of life? Well, sorry about that, buddy. And the importance of money can also disappear. Eventually, money does not make you happier. So what's the point? Why can't you just share, right? Why can't you just evolve money for what it's supposed to do? Is open up your ability to have more experiences and find more things to buy that most people wouldn't be able to fucking buy. And establish businesses with the money that you have, right? Or is everyone poor right now? Everyone poor? Have you tried approaching people and offering $5 for a random thing? I mean, again, you can find them gold diggers potentially that don't ask for much, and I would completely understand that mentality for a woman to have. But yeah, go find some. I don't know how to. I don't have courage for that shit. I'm trying to avoid this as far away as possible and just buy something that truly improves my life, like a real piece of equipment. Right now, air fryer was pretty good, although it kind of makes my tummy hurt. But maybe that's just because I'm standing PC setup, you know. Money can just disappear and you might get broke anyways. So chasing money, you can put a lot of effort into it and waste that effort. It's the most demoralizing, depressing thing that could possibly happen to a person. So remember that, all right? Remember that you rather be safe than let money disappear. Even 10% chance of that happening is devastating. When you see death around you, I mean, you can be the savior if you want. If you have enough money, you can act as a savior. You can flex how much money you actually earn and help other people now. You can do that. You can play the miniature Mr. Beast game of flexing how much money you spend on bettering people's lives. Absolutely. I mean, even TikTok is eating that shit up right now. Anyways, don't get scammed. And don't scam yourself by wanting greater minimum wage, by going to countries that have something that you like. It's the same warning of don't jump into a fucking vortex, a life-changing event. One thing that bothers me, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to link it, but people constantly say, no matter what the video is, no matter what the context is, they constantly say how they don't understand. And the funny thing is, you're not paying attention, right? Most people make highly processed videos, and they will force you to pay attention. Not everyone can fucking do that. I cannot just make people pay attention to things. Despite trying to simplify my language, there is no language barrier here. There's no complicated words, and people still don't understand. People still cannot fucking put things together. They still lose train of thought. If it's so difficult to understand, then it's gonna be difficult to avoid getting scammed too. You're not paying attention, right? You're not double checking everything. And all of a sudden, your bank is getting leached successfully. Double check. Be aware. I cannot be aware because, for fuck's sake. But that kind of puts me on a whole nother different level of alertness. Of like, if I start a subscription, I end it immediately. There's no subscription in my world. You know? I buy it and cancel it immediately. I just bought 1 month of something. I want the damn thing to be one-time payment without a scam attached to it. But it ain't fucking happening. Everyone is in on it, by the way. Every single fucking business. It's hard to fucking believe what is happening, right? And it's like, who are these people and how do I get a job like that, you know? How can I just do something productive and give it, sell it? You know, like what is this world anymore? Death is just comes in such great variety of things. It stuns you. It overwhelms you. It is unbelievable. So obviously I'm gonna put gold digging in there. We were waiting for this moment, right? No gold digging, bro. No to gold digging. Which includes tips, by the way. Never, ever tip. What the fuck? We can't do that. It's war zone anyways. People have to find a different way to get the fucking money. They have to do a direct transaction of they get the fucking thing, they give you the thing you want, and you're happily paying them, and hopefully you can establish a passive transaction. You can employ that other person indirectly, basically. But otherwise, what the fuck is tipping, bro? What is tipping? You can donate to things you care about, but you still need something in return. Donations and tipping is the most disgusting thing. So it's a part of this gold digging bullshit, right? Women are constantly waiting to just get free stuff and move on with their lives. It is the most disgusting thing. So much so that this becomes like the greatest frustration of all time. Of like, why the fuck women have so many opportunities, but it's just kind of not working out for men anymore, right? It's too great of a competition for men. What's happening here? And it's like, you probably don't want to know. I don't know, just pay attention to Diddy. Diddy's drama, okay? Do something else. You probably don't want to know. Because this is not going to last forever. And obviously, Gold Digger is going to still remain alone. Because they sell their relationships for money. That's what happens. They don't have a fucking moral compass. They burn their morality. It's dying constantly for the sake of them getting money. That's how you dig gold. You burn morality in relationships all the time. You kind of promise of like the idea, the vision of like, oh, I'm gonna be a very good girlfriend. And then you just get a couple free meals and move on. That's what it is. Get luxury items, steal something. You just fucking a hustle, basically. Women style. It's crazy, dude. Give me money for this thing. Give me money for this dress. And then you pocket $10. So it's $10 more expensive. See that your makeup is $10 more expensive. And all that shit. Like, it's all scam with women's world as well. And they're obviously not going to target poor people whatsoever. They're not going to be interested. You know? And then other women just going to follow. It's like, well, if you're not interested in poor people, so I guess that's just the norm. And a lot of women also actually fall victim to this bullshit of gold digging. Even though they're not even participating, they still are a part of this, trend, unfortunately, of doing what active women do. So don't do that. Otherwise, you're going to get sucked in and you will die. You will be left alone completely because no one will want to deal with you. You will not have enough morality to stand up on your feet anymore. If you just end up alone as a woman simply because you were digging gold. Right now, you don't want to be alone as a woman. End up alone. You definitely want to end up alone as a man. That's completely fine. You don't want to end up with a woman. Why? Point number 4. Money should not be wasted on others. Because we have the power of privacy, we have to actually use the power of privacy and not spend money on others. No donations, no charities. What the fuck is going on? And all of a sudden, a woman shows up in your life, and then a baby shows up in your life, and it's like, wow, 2 mouths to feed. That's crazy, dude. And sometimes that mouth can actually scream constantly of like, you're not feeding me enough, and all that frustration, bro, builds up around you. You get into more trouble. Is that the story of Flat 11 that I have to fucking deal with? And even more? More places where just women just invaded some man's life and all of a sudden now they have to fucking take care of them. It's not even just gold digging. It is charity and donations to some random person that lives next to you. And God knows if they actually deserve all that money that you provide to them. Just for the sake of, like, calling it a family or whatever. It gets crazy, dude. What you have to understand about money, and if you haven't fucking learned about that, money is yours. Yours and yours alone. And you decide if someone gets money or not. Now, governments will be like, if you married someone, they probably get half of your money, unfortunately. Which is why you have to be very careful with this shit. If you married someone, unfortunately, I can't help you anymore. You will be ending up wasting money on the other person to try and make them happy enough so they don't steal half of it. Anyways, right? But in normal circumstances, I mean, that's kind of like the most straightforward way to get your money wasted. There's pets. You can have pets. In a dying capitalism, do you need pets? Sure you do. You're so lonely, right? But there's wrong ways of solving a problem. The biggest scam is creating a shelter for yourself, investing into your apartment, but then you don't like it, just want to move out. Like, that's crazy. That's wasting your money on others because that apartment is gonna go to someone else, and you might not get your money back. That's what's happening to me right now. I don't want to waste my fucking money on others. It's crazy. Yeah, so you can chase money forever. You can lose the awareness required to avoid all the scams. You can still appreciate gold diggers for whatever the fuck reason. And just not understand that the capitalism is dying and is trying to suck in innocent little people. No, very guilty people who are investing way too much into something that is fucking dying. Like, someone died and you make the most expensive funeral ever. Funeral party, am I right? I'm sorry, there's no reason to celebrate death. Death can only be respected, unfortunately. No celebration can fucking happen because, like, if you celebrate death, it's gonna reoccur. It's gonna spread. You just have to lay it to rest, respect it, put your head down, and laugh at all the people who don't fucking respect death. Of course. Or still have parties all over, you know? Still wasting money on others. That's another way to waste money on others. Throwing parties, getting drunk, smoking cigarettes, you fucking name it. Now we unlock the real fucking culprit, isn't it? Social wasting. Gold digging, bro. Gold digging is also a way to. Everything is slightly interconnected, right? The money disappears and gets scammed is interconnected. This is magical number 4 of the way capitalism is dying and trying to suck your money in the process. Because when everyone gets scared of, like, what if I'm not gonna have any money left? Then just eat less, suffer, but survive. It's Hunger Games, baby. If you're running out of money, I'm just saying, you gotta go through Hunger Games then. You gotta do things to survive and not lose everything. That's another part of the fucking game, as everything is dying and all the withering effect is trying to suck in like a vortex all your items, all your belongings. It's like, maybe I can respect that at this point. Maybe I can throw something in there. Old bone. But it's just, I can't. I can't. Because I hate noise and I hate stupidity. I hate all these things. When you become so aware, so drenched in stupidity, you have to fight back. It's just too stupid, man. Now I get punched in the face. So it sucks to live through this, and potentially we're gonna be survivors. Like, millennials gonna be treated a whole nother level of respect because we have, like, lived through death. So someone has to respect most of these people. Millennials, Gen Z a little bit, the next generation or whatever. Gen Z, I believe. They can't come up with better names that would actually indicate what generation it is. Fucking iPhone generation? No? Mario generation? Like, come on, like, there has to be a cultural reference that has lived same amount of years. Instead, we just picked the letter Z, just like Elon Musk. We have the same level of creativity, guys, as humanity, and it's fucking crap. Humanity has level of Elon Musk creativity when it comes to naming convention at this point. I'm scared. Although that also shows indication of death. Right? Millennials had to live through something to establish themselves. They have to live through a, well, millennium. potentially. I had to jump over that 1,000-year thingy. That was fun. So now that we have this set, I'll take a picture of it, and we move on to something else. Because death is a broad topic, and you must avoid it by all costs. You must not let people dying around you affect you in any way, besides, haha, you know? And we have to listen to that, haha. The funny thing is Trump destroying America for the sake of making billionaires richer or some bullshit like that? And it's like, what did you just do? You're gonna get impeached. No one wins in the situation of death. Nobody tends to win. And it's just unbelievable to see that not even politics can save us anymore. No change can actually just happen. That is a life-saving change that comes from a smart place and does smart things. That shit has died. Everything is burning, guys. There you go. That's true. That's just how you do it. You laugh at people dying. I mean, is what it is. All right. There's another thing of what not to kill, right? Don't kill friendships when you have them. Don't don't kill parents. Like, it's so easy to start killing things left and right. Let things die if they're dying, unfortunately. But they might actually take a long fucking time to die. Even if you feel like your job was to kill parents. But it's like, well, nah. Kill off means run away from them. Just try and find a better place somewhere else away from them. And it's like, as much as I hate to do that, to live with my parents or whatever, I can't kill that off, unfortunately. And it's like the most obvious thing, like, you have to live in the fucking basement. No matter what people say, because those people will probably die. While your parents will not. So I would rather live in a fucking basement than listen to some people who gonna die. And not gonna appear in my life anymore. It's just how it works. It's pretty fucking sad. Don't kill your work. Anything you do matters. It just never really clicked into people. Like, locality doesn't matter anymore. People want the best thing from far, far away. Far, far away. We want Trump to save the world. We want the best iPhone from far, far away, dude. We want those new inventions. ChatGPT, bro. But the funny thing is, your work will be useful because it's local. It's right here. It's based here where you are. That's your work. And even if it didn't work up to this point, maybe it's because wasn't killing capitalism or whatever. Right now, wasn't making headlines of like, look at this shit coin right now. That's potentially why it wasn't relevant, right? And people potentially, while everything is dying, they can't pay attention to anything. So your work just slips through other people's fingers. They don't know what to do with it when they interact with it. What is happening, guys? Don't kill your work because it's going to be useful later. Your parents going to be useful later. They're going to die in the most beautiful way, not because capitalism died, but because you have evolved. And you need freedom, right? And you need better friends. It's just how it goes. Like, these things you have to keep because you're going to get better things out of them. That's the funny thing. And if they die, like, people just going to give you substitutes instead. Did you hear what I say? That's a pretty big insight. If you have parents, you have friendships, you have done work, you can only be better. Otherwise, people will give you substitutes. They will give you the thing that you need to have in the first place to start improving. They will give you the parents, they will give you the friendships, but they're not going to be high quality anymore because it kills the thing that you had. And there always has to be the fourth thing. So what else not to kill? Well, don't kill your exes. They need food. All right? I know you have them in your basement somewhere. I know they have never dated you, by the way. They just rejected you. But they still have to be fed. You know, they still have to appear in your dreams at some point. You know? Dreams, fantasies, you name it. You have to be excited about your exes because you must improve that too. It's one of the craziest things you can improve is your opposite gender relationships. And again, all of this is temporary advice. Unfortunately, it's just temporary advice that works for this moment as capitalism is dying. Everything will change, dude. Alright, moving on towards the death of the video itself. I'm gonna go to sleep and I'll think about this. Is that how I feel? Everything is dying? Kind of. That's what the dungeon is about. Basement. You go to the basement for the apartment meeting, basically. And they were talking about buying a new roof for themselves. And it's kind of fucking weird. Just like, come on, I don't need more heat. What is going on? There's a completely different problem in my apartment building. There's too much noise. And potentially unlivable amount of noise. Unsustainable. Sanity might just evaporate from the fucking noise. Who knows? It's a big problem, and I'm not being fucking disgusted with about that problem. There's like multitude of directions of where people want to just take away your stuff. The greed is just rampant. But greed is death. All this immoral shit is death. And you stay away from all the fucking dead people. So let me maybe break down what to stay away from. What kind of dead people, what kind of zombies we have in our worlds. And maybe I tamed my mom because like she has to submit to the power of being a parent. She's still kind of, we still own this bond between because we have nothing else. So, but if she was just dead meat. God knows, man, how things can get rotten really quickly. I saw what happens in just 4 years, how my mom just kind of slowly dies. And it's unbelievably insane. Because there's this just ravagers, bro. Holy shit. Ravagers. Alright, the list of stay away from these people. Alright? Ravagers are the most disgusting creatures of all time. And they're incredibly dangerous. Especially when you're locked in with them, basically. In one place. Like, I had to deal with that shit face to face. And it was, like, impossible puzzle to solve. Ravagers are all over the place. They're not everywhere. They're not everyone. People actually want to project class onto them and that nothing bad is happening right now in the world, which also is very disgusting behavior. It's also death. It's just not death that will attempt to bite your ass off, and that's exactly what will bite your ass off. Let's call it cold shower problem, right? People trying to project so much class, trying to make you uncomfortable, basically. Don't let them bother you, okay? They are masses of people just pretending that everything is normal. They're not going to approach anyone. They're not going to ask questions. They're just going to live their life. There's a cold shower of these people. They might even have luxury goods and still look nice when it's apocalypse. There's nothing nice about it. Ravagers, they pick on you constantly. They keep making things worse and more annoying and just more disturbing, basically. They create this whole uh, environment of gangsters, basically, and taking your shit for free. And sometimes that shit can lock in. That can actually be a very big problem when there's corruption in authorities who don't want to fucking actually solve the problem or even respond to the report. Like, it's crazy. Oh, your shit has been taken? Who cares? Well, you should care, because that's like a fucking crime. Like the most immoral behavior. Invading someone's privacy and taking their shit. And you've witnessed that, and it's like you have to report it. It's crazy. You have to fucking report it over and over and over again, by the way. You have to realize the importance of these fucking ravagers, basically. If you can, of course. I mean, it's the most obvious thing, and that shit's crazy. You have to report, based on significance, right? Report it to your friends or family or whatever, just to get the resilience of not talking to these fucking people, not letting them interact with you, and shutting them off. Like, when I came back home, I had to shut off like 4 ravagers that my mom fucking got leeched by. Me personally, I get the cold shower problem. Like, I hate people around me. I just feel uncomfortable. And there are people who use this who are them, you know, who actually stab you in the back with this cold shower. There are there are individuals in here, even though they're not being called out, or like showers, you know, shower. It could be a shower, guys. If I just spell it differently, it's a shower. So, well, everyone is cold and they're doing their own thing and they don't give a fuck about you. There's gonna be people yapping and saying fucking annoying things or just doing annoying things, and that will piss you off. That will make you uncomfortable. And that's the whole thing. Nothing will be stolen. Nothing will, just to make you uncomfortable, just to make you fucking annoyed at everyone. Just to make you lose your mind and potentially say anything. Anything comes out of you. Any unusual movement, and then things get a lot worse. Then the shower intensifies. You know? It gets crazy, dude. So yeah, these are people who wait for a wrong move to happen. And it's disgusting, bro. And I had to worry about that too when it comes to my neighbors entering drama and doing the cold shower shit. Just waiting, just digging around for something stupid to happen. Holy shit, these people. There's specific NPCs that are existing in real life. So children and dog NPCs. You have to stay away from that shit. Let me talk about it, right? So first of all, it's just noise. But it's a lot worse than that. It's a way of life. It's not just noise. It's a way of life of having a big dog, a shitty fucking barking dog, you name it. And people can have bad children too. So I have 2 NPCs like that surrounding me, basically, and creating this drama. Fucking banging on my walls, in a way. Creating really nasty environment overall. But then there's tons and tons of more people who just go outside to walk the dog, who have so much respect for children and nobody else. These people are absolutely insane. They created their hopes and dreams and their lifestyle surrounding these things, and pretended this is enough for them to kind of like make progress in life. And unfortunately, they're just zombies, bro. They're just walking zombies. Whether they have to take care of a fucking child constantly, if they do it properly, if they have a proper dog, proper child, it's fine. It's kind of reasonable. And that should be combined into one creature. Child dog NPC. I understand that part. Alright? Because you wouldn't want to walk the dog yourself. That's the most disgusting thing. Someone else can do it for you. Your fucking child can do it. Right? And hopefully not 30-year-old child. I don't know why people have big dogs and big barking dogs. And then they like walking them around. I don't understand that shit. And I don't want to, unfortunately. I can laugh at them because they're dead, you know? They're also very intimidating in a way, right? You want to pet the dog, you want to interact with the child. You want to respect that in a way, that they have something. And that's a trap. That's the trap of feeding these motherfuckers. Feeding their ego. It's insane, dude. The ego they have over these things, you have no idea what the actual monsters these people are. When it comes to the ego of just their child getting a fucking compliment or whatever, or a stranger interacting with a child. That's what they want. They want to invoke interaction so desperately. They have these things in particular to throw at people. Whew, it's the most disturbing thing ever, dude. You don't understand. It's the same level of disturbing. It's Ravagers, bro. But just like you can shoo a Ravager or you can shoo a dog. So it goes away. But it's a little bit of work to do that. It's not easy. I had to go through drama with this and that, my friends. Cold shower, yeah. It's an old school drama for me. It wasn't happening during the apocalypse, I'll tell you that much. But it was close. Still. Anyways. And there has to be another one. Another type of person to stay away from. I know which one. Voices in your head. And that's an actual person. And it's not fucking Hitler like Anna Akana suggests. These are going to be real people, real feelings you have towards people who have wronged you. They're going to be voices in your head, potentially. And some people deny that this is even an existence of anything. These people show up in your dreams, at least mine. Like, I have classmates show up in my dreams over and over again. These people are to be stayed away from. Even though they're not chasing me or anything. And they actually try to run away from me. Because the opposite is true. If I talk through them and ask them to fucking just stop, you know, stop being assholes, then maybe the nightmare would end. But they don't want to fucking do that. Right? So those are also very dangerous people that showed up during the apocalypse and combined their forces against me almost. To hopefully make me feel guilty somehow. Of like, oh, I can't let them create a meeting or whatever. It's like, wow, I'm so fucking guilty of that. I will always have them stuck in my head of like, oh, I should have helped them do the meeting and I do the opposite. I feel so sad. And it's kind of true, but it's also like, fuck you. Like, you're the asshole, not me. I can't change how you feel. How you feel is how you feel, bro. I can only spend time with you and figure shit out. If I can, in fact, change something, they have to spend time with you to figure that shit out. Most people just, get feelings, get really upset, get really offended, and now they are on the right because they are offended. They don't actually calculate or ask any questions or worry of what my life is like, you know? They don't worry about any of the fucking context, and they don't even try to be nice. And those become voices in your head. Something to stay away from, you know? As much as you can. You can call it guilt, basically. Guilt following you around, but it's just specific people who project voices who just annoy the shit out of you because, oh wow, you feel offended. I must done something really wrong. And they want to win just through feelings alone. It's so fucking painful. And here you go. I had to survive through that. Like, Death of Capitalism was pretty fucking entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those scary movies that you have to live through. I'll give myself 4 minutes in case I want some ending words. I'll go to sleep, wake up, upload this video. Oh boy. That's a very good video, by the way. Like, everything is high quality. I have evolved and improved my work. Just, people have not improved their appreciation towards me. That's what really happened. They just have devolved. They have just consumed more death. Well, me dying, I recover and hit harder the next fucking day. You just can't surrender to death. You wake up the next day and you just smash. It's hard. You resist. Every day you have to wake up to do that. Anti-death ritual of hopefully you prayed that this day is gonna be fucking good. That this day is gonna change your life. Maybe that's gonna work out for me if I start doing that. So let's see what happens. Sometimes just perspective has to change, just awareness has to increase. Basic things have to happen within yourself so everything lights up again. And the haha moment happens instead of sobbing over someone's death or feeling guilty. The other interesting factor is that my channel lives. Just most people feel dead. Right? My channel is alive and is doing consistent numbers, and I can actually compare videos with each other. Everything is fine. YouTube seems to be working fine. Everything is seemingly fine for the people who like the illusion of everything is normal. If they attach themselves to specific things that actually work, in the end, like, even getting money still is a good thing. It's just there's more traps than ever before. Set up, basically. Fucking drats. Drat. Trap for a rat. They give you a little bit of cheese, but then they slap you with a fucking trap. It's over now. This is why you just don't jump into a vortex. Usually it's just a cheese trap. Something looks good, but the people around you are gonna be like miserable. They're gonna drag you down, drag your mood, and that's one of those things that when you start losing it, you're gonna realize how crazy expensive mood actually is, and how other people are involved into boosting your mood. So while nobody has the answers, there's, I guess, seeders running around and clicking on nice things, and you can appreciate just like the bits of effort, the crumbs basically that fall. Those are real. The most real thing is the smallest thing. The ants crawling is the most realistic expectation you can have. Ants crawling, liking your post, and doing small things, and if you can monetize small things, that's a fucking heaven on earth. I still haven't reached 1,000 subscribers yet, so I can't monetize. You can help me though. One last thing, one last 4 things, right? By the way, right now, like, watching TikTok is insane. Like, more and more, like, women are so toxic. Women have fucking risen to the point of power and control and just so fucking disgusting. You know what? Fuck yeah, dude. Don't believe in women. Nah, they do absolutely nothing to this society to be believed in. And anything that women believe in also don't believe, even if they don't speak it out loud. Alright? It's like believing that Ari is gonna make a good song, basically. It could happen, but you can't believe in it. Because either women are struggling genuinely or are absolute trash. So yeah, women got to live a fucking good life, and a lot of women became toxic witches. Basically, we're gonna burn the fucking witches if they still want to be attached to this whole system, right? Dying system, by the way, that promoted them, that gave them freedom. But now problems have piled up, so don't believe that everything is fine. I mean, for fuck's sake. You have to be ready, as a man, you have to be ready to take on the tasks that have been left behind or have been turning into problems this whole time. There's a lot of men who just appeal to women. They don't do anything else. They just try to be fucking overly nice by killing people, who are not nice. That sort of stuff. I'm exaggerating, but like, nothing is fine. Apocalypse is trying to tell you that nothing is fine right now. And that we are on our own to actually solve these issues, but we need to get a kickstand. We need to boost each other up first, right? We need to discover each other. And there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems have to be solved until problems are gonna be solved in the first place. Until we find the best solutions, right? We still need conversations. We still need gatherings of some kind. Yeah, unfortunately, politics. Let's put it that way. Politics has always been a lie. Anything the government touches turns into a lie. The lies crawl out of medical science and science in general, and politics. The moment it backs up science, it stops being science because it starts being a power move, basically. Politics distorts everything. Anyone who is in power, you don't have to believe them, and it's not worth doing that. What you believe is how much money you have, and where the money goes has to be a believable cause. Everything else, the most loudest and proudest bullshit, is very difficult to back with sanity. That you will die. Don't believe that. So don't believe that you have to go to war. Don't believe that you have to do risky things in your life in general. Don't believe in depression. Don't believe in mental illness. That's not worth it, obviously, because mental illness does not exist in capitalism. You can sell anything. So why would you not sell mental illness? Right? Why wouldn't you sell to other people that you're mentally ill and you need a little help? Oh man, everything is for sale. There's no such thing as you are deteriorating and going towards death. You can always escape that shit. You can always travel somewhere else. Run somewhere else. You will never die. Alright? So no matter what fucking happens, you will never die. Technoblade might have died, unfortunately, but you will never die. Thank you for watching.